Y'all, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. Welcome to another Hump Day Handmade. In these videos we'll be posting on the last Wednesday of every month at 10 Eastern Standard Time. We will create projects that are completely handmade that you can create for yourself. I will list all the other collaborators down below. In this video I'm going to share a little caddy, a backpack, or a trinket box. I was inspired by some sock packaging that I made a few days ago, and if you haven't seen that video I'll link it down below. Miss Sherry at Craft Pray Repeat had also made some sock packaging, and hers was more like a wrap with a backing that she made on her silhouette, and she was also going to do a handmade version of hers. When I saw that I was like, oh, I can make a little caddy to put the house the socks in as well, because I wanted something that was enclosed, and it's sort of like the little pocket dot that I have from AliExpress, and I have been wanting to make a handmade version of that. So that's what I'm going to share in this video, and I will be sure to link Miss Sherry as well as all the other collaborators down in the description box. So the caddy, or project that I'm creating, is from an 8.5 by 11 piece of my paint splatter paper. This is something that I've been creating for the last 2 or 3 years. If you haven't seen the video on how I create these, I'll link it down below. These are all 110-pound cardstock. So here is the caddy version of it. This little piece just goes straight up, just like a tag with a pocket. So like a tag pocket, just like the die that you can use in swaps. I wanted something that I can house socks or send some little goodies in. And then this is the little trinket box version. All I did was take my score line all the way across and then bend this piece down, created a closure. If you wanted this to be a backpack as well, you just add you some little straps there on the back. So 3 projects, 1 sheet of 8.5 by 11. I thought that was something that I could use for this month's projects. Stay tuned for my tutorial, and be sure to check out Miss Sherry as well as all the other collaborators who will be linked down below. Okay, so to create this little box, here's my template. All of my notes are just kind of written on the template that I have. Here's some that I don't know what happened. My measurements were backwards and off. So the piece of cardstock that you will need, this one is 11 by 8.5. If you want to cut this piece down to where it's only a 1/2 inch, then you'll need the 10.5 by 8.5 piece of paper. So we're on the 11-inch side. You will score at 4, at 5, at 9, and at 10. Whichever way you flip it, whichever one you want to be your top and your bottom. For this, as you can see, this is my top, so you'll score at 3, but only down to this last score line. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 score lines down, you will score at 3. And then you also want to score at 7.5. So I will go ahead and score another one just so you can see how it's done. So I'm going to use another piece of my paint splatter paper. This is some purple 110-pound cardstock, and the other one was also 110-pound. So on the 11-inch side you want to score at 4, at 5, and this is just depending on how thick you want the box and how long you want the box. Of course you can make this whatever size you want, but I'm doing this for a little sock caddy. And then you want to score at 9, which that was crooked, but at 9, and then again at 10, and this will be your tab. So then you determine which side you want your top. Mine doesn't matter because of how my paper is. 8.5-inch side you want to score at 3, and this is the one that you want to score down to that last score line, because you don't want a line through the back of your or the front of your caddy. If you're going to mat it, it doesn't matter because you'll end up covering it up anyway, but I'm only going to go down to this last score mark right here, and that was the 4-inch score mark. And then the next one on this side will be at 7.5. You go all the way down because these will be the tabs to close the bottom of the little caddy. And those are all the score marks you will make on your page. So here are the scores we made based on what we need to cut. So you will cut this little rectangle. So just basically all of this section. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the other side where you have the tabs to close the box, you'll just cut off this little square right here, and then you'll angle the rest. I'm also going to round my corners here. This paper is not decorated on the inside, so I might put a piece of paper here on the inside just because I have paint splatter there. I wish this piece was big enough because I could just add that in there, which it might be. I could do that. So I'm going to do that using some liquid adhesive. I have my Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. Maybe I should have rounded the corners first, because it might be too thick to go in there. I've already done those, so just line that up. As best I can. Make sure it's not showing on that side. I'm going to fold on all your score lines. Use this bone folder. So this will be your closure tab. You'll just basically wrap it around and it'll create this little box right here. So I'm going to put adhesive on this tab. I'll use some liquid adhesive, and that will just match up with that little corner. And then for the bottom, the two side tabs go in, this goes back, and then that goes down. So it's a little caddy. I'll put adhesive here to close it. So this measures about 4 inches by 1 inch thick, and it's about 7.5 inches tall. One thing that I was doing with this last night was, like I'll use this one. If you wanted to take this and kind of create like a little backpack, you can close it like this, and instead of stopping your score line, just take it all the way across, and then you can just kind of bend that over and make you like a little backpack, which I thought was a really cute idea as well. Add you some Velcro and just create some little straps on there. I mean, it's 1 inch thick, but you can always change the dimensions of it. Really quick and easy backpack using an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So to create the little hole on the front of my little backpack or pouch or whatever you want to call this, I just used this little pokey tool from the Dollar Tree. I put it down to where I want it. I poked the hole straight through. There it is. And then I'm going to use some of these gold hole reinforcers by Hottie Swap and put those here. I'll put one there. And then I'll put one on the inside and outside of this hole. And then, I know I can't get my hole punch down on that one, but I can get it on this one. So I just punch that hole. And for this one, I'm just gonna make it wider using the pokey tool. Or maybe a pair of scissors. Let's see. I'll just take my scissors. Add some glue to this so it'll stay. And there's going to be seam binding through there anyway, so you really won't see the back of that. So then I'm going to take this sort of teal blue seam binding and put it through here, and then tie a little knot and then pull it through there for the closure instead of using the Velcro. So this will be my closure. I like that a whole lot better than just keep doing the Velcro. And then if they want to, they can take this off and reuse it or whatever they want to do with the box after. I think that's really cute. So I can leave it like this if I wanted to as just a little trinket kind of box. If you want to turn it into a backpack, you can always just cut 2 pieces, maybe of 1 inch or a 1/2 inch pieces, just as long as however long you want your straps. Just add those to the back for a cute little easy treat box. If you have any questions, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Be sure to check out Miss Sherry and all the other collaborators whose links will be down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and have a great day.